Hello folks, apologies for the hair, still in lockdown and 2 weeks till I get a haircut, so this is going to get worse before it gets better. Anywho, I'm working on the first draft of Skyclad, the third Witches of Woodville book. Regulars will know that I used to be a big outliner when it came to writing, but I'm becoming more and more of a pantser or discovery writer, whatever you want to call it. That is, I'm making it up as I go along. Well, sort of. I do have a rough idea of where I'm going and I know how I want the story to end, and I have a few notes on a few key moments, but I thought you might be interested to know how I'm working with this one. Again, regulars might know that I have a different notebook dedicated to each project. Here's the one for book 3 of the Witches of Woodville, Skyclad. This was bought at the National Trust gift shop at the White Cliffs of Dover, which is a little clue as to where some of the book will take place. And what I've taken to doing with this story is switching from day to day between paper, the notebook, and the screen, the laptop, and it's really working for me. So to give you some idea, on say Monday, I will start noodling ideas for what happens next in the story in the notebook. So here I've written in big letters, how can the poltergeist exorcism go wrong? Slight spoiler, but it's the opening scene. But I've made notes on what can happen in that scene, and they are imperfect notes. I've given myself permission to wander off and noodle and try different scenarios and scribble stuff out and put other things in boxes and underline them and highlight them. And what I find is that by the end of the writing session, I have a really good idea of how that chapter pans out. The level of detail varies from session to session, but the next day, Tuesday, when I open up the laptop, I'm not victim to the tyranny of the blinking cursor. You know that feeling when you look at a blank page of Word or Scrivener and that bastard cursor is flashing at you? Go on, write something. Oh, what are you waiting for? Call yourself a writer? Well, now I just go to my notes and start typing up, and before I know it, I'm up and running. Now, I used a less formalised version of this with The Crowfolk and the second book, Babes in the Wood, available to pre-order now, and it worked really well. So this is an evolution of that. A few caveats. I'm only 10,000 words into this novel, and in my experience, openings are pretty easy when compared to the rest of the book, not least the middle section, which can lead to much wailing and gnashing of teeth. So I'll check in with this in about a month's time and see if I'm feeling quite so smug still. Also, I'm writing the third book in a series. I know the characters and situations really well. I have a very good idea of how people will react when presented with challenges, and that makes a writer's life much easier and makes me wonder why it's taken me so long to write a series. This is so much fun. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. How is your writing going? Does this sort of method work for you? Pop a comment below or drop me a line. In the meantime, happy writing.